Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and in today's little dev update we are going to take a look what is coming with demo update number 6. This one should be reasonably quick because it was a very focused one in regards to what is coming to the demo version, and that is mostly visual stuff, and stuff meaning shaders. Let's take a quick look. How about we go into a race that you have no access to, but which is great for showing off any kind of weather effects and slopes, and that is the around the Hegenberg, a classic, a big classic Hegenberg round, and that one has cobble climbs. Let's choose a good one. Holy shit, these are so brutal. So brutal, this classic. It is probably the hardest out of those. Yeah, you can guess which one this is kind of archetypally modeled around. Yeah, let's just take a quick look here. So, not only have we implemented a shader for visualizing slopes a lot better, but also we have now implemented a shader which does the mood effects for the weather. So far so good. You don't probably see any differences apart from, oh, there's a little change that I did not note before. That is, there's now a little gap here. Why is that important, you ask? Well, you know, previously the border here between those, right between the nodes, between sections, was actually not lining up with the border here, down here with the cards, but now it does. So now you can actually, when you go up from here, you can be sure that all nodes that are relevant to this one are to the left, and if you go up here, all nodes relevant to this one are to the right. Anyway, let's go get across here, and when I'm scrolling across, you probably can see stuff. You see that? You see this? This is looking hilly, doesn't it? Yes. So this is the slope shader in action. And it basically takes the slope of the terrain and then applies a little bit of a shading effect to it, depending on how steep it is. And the opposite is true for the downslope. So it adds a tiny bit of brightness to the slope. And that overall gives a really nice little almost 3D effect. Because the light is coming from, the sun is coming from the south, from the bottom right, kind of at 22 degrees, I think is the angle, like 22 degrees this way, and that means these slopes here are slightly less lit than these over there. In this version that I'm playing right here, it's kind of a version mix between a dev version and demo version. I don't have access to the debug tools in here, otherwise I would show you a little debug window. But this looks like it's going to rain a little bit more. What is happening with the mood in the rain is that when it's getting wet, we're adding a little bit of contrast to the scene, or quite a bit when it's really wet, also making it slightly darker and also more saturated. So when you, I think you can already see it if you rewind a little, this looks quite different already. So the game tracks the wetness of the overall scene, and, oh, well, the stage as a whole, because it's not raining locally in here. And then passes that into the shaders that we have created for this. So it is, yeah, I think you can see this slowly changing. And now it seems like it's getting a little brighter again, which then gives a super nice effect that right after heavy rain, when the sun breaks through, everything's just looking lush and beautiful with the added contrast from the wetness. And yeah, really cool. Also, of course, when it's raining heavily and it's getting really dark, the color balance is shifted towards blue. And, well, that's the color temperature of the scene, not the color balance. Color temperature of the scene is shifted towards blue. And when it's really sunny and nice, it's shifted slightly towards yellow. So overall, this gives a really good immersion effect for what the scenery looks like. And I think this, with the limited thing it does, gives the game a lot more life. The game world a lot more life. So I think that's great. Another thing that we have added, I can show you right here, is that now the peloton has some different rules for catching up. if a rider is overtaken by the peloton. So let's make that happen next turn. So we have this guy there, for instance. Let's join him. And I think we are going to move... the peloton is moving there. There's nothing coming up. Okay, I move one guy in there and the rest joins the relay. And then we make a really brutal move and hope that we are catching them. So this guy is probably able to move pretty hard. But let's see. So, all my guys up front, they should have the power to rein them in. Oh, well, that will be tight. That was a big move, but okay, here we go. So, peloton is supposedly moving there. There are 5 escapees here. You know what would have happened... Oh, by the way, it has rained and you see the clouds, the little sun coming through here. And it's so nice looking, so lush. Beautiful. Anyway, previously it would have been such that these guys would have been left behind. But now, what happens is that they actually do get a catch-up option, as you see there. So I can now choose to catch up to the peloton. And everyone does. So no one left behind anymore. Oh, well, these guys are. They still haven't learned the lesson yet. So that is something that we need to add still. But you do get the option for it. And I think escapees right now are not quite seeing that option just yet. But they will shortly in the next version of the game. So this is something that at least gives you the opportunity to catch up at the moment. And you can still fuck over some AI players with it. Yeah, no biggie at the moment, but that will probably be fixed very shortly. Ah yes, you can see the clouds moving and the sun and the flowers. Everything is so pretty. So pretty now, compared to before. Small big steps, I would say. Yes, so also some new merging rules. For instance, that when you catch up to another group, then the rules previously would change within there, where relay riders would all of a sudden become group riders and so on. This is now more consistent and more real to life. As in that the group that made the stronger move retains their relay, while the group that is catching up is basically becoming group riders. Anyway, I think this mostly covers it already. This will make the current version quite a bit prettier and in some aspects more playable, at least to the player, not so much to the AI. So what is up next? Well, next is quite a bit of campaign developments, and those I'm looking forward to. That means, career mode. I'm so used to calling it campaign because of automation, of course. But career mode, and we have been working on that already in the background. And there will be another patch coming for you in about 3 weeks' time. And that one will include an update to the finishing zone, because this here is not really that great. It doesn't convey what is going on, that the race actually finishes there. And this will become a full finishing zone, which has a different layout to this and lots of spectators around, and it makes very clear that this is the finish. Functionally, it is the same, but visually it is completely different to what you see here. So that will be quite a nice improvement, and let's leave these guys standing in the rain for now. And another quick note is I will probably start a career Let's Play on Killer Plays channel, and that will show what the career mode is about. Even though it's still in a bit of a rough state in general, I can fill in the blanks for that one. It's fully playable, but it's still a little, a little rough around the edges. Alright, I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.